Hi, I'm Deborah Wautier, Project Manager at CEN and CENELEC, the European Committee for Standardization and European Committee for Electrotechnical Standardization. Inclusiveness, diversity, and openness have always been core values of the CEN and CENELEC system. It was thus naturally that we signed the UNEC Declaration when it was launched in 2019. In addition to CEN and CENELEC, more than 20 of our national members are also individual signatories of the declaration, which is a clear sign of our collective commitment for gender equity in standardization. As part of our commitments, CEN and CENELEC approved a gender action plan that was kicked off in 2020 for 3 years. The plan laid out several targeted actions, starting with the creation of a coordination group on gender diversity and inclusivity, which is open to all of our members. The group very much acts as a platform to collect, exchange success stories, challenges, and best practices, also to raise awareness within our community and seek for collaborations or joint actions on the topic. In parallel, CEN and CENELEC continue to participate in European initiatives on gender equality in priority sectors such as the Women for Cyber Foundation or the Women in Energy Club. The declaration very much acted as a push to adopt a gender lens when drafting European standards. It drew the entire community's attention to the importance of switching our approach from gender neutrality to gender responsiveness, and it showed positive impacts in various spheres of our activities, from technical to strategic or communication with, for example, the consideration of inclusive language. And an inclusive system is also reflected in the Goal 4 of the CEN and CENELEC Strategy 2030, and several projects will be developed in the coming year and years to look at inclusiveness and diversity, including gender aspects. Part of our challenges would be that the COVID-19 pandemic hit right when we launched the coordination group and our activities to implement the CEN and CENELEC Gender Action Plan. Despite the challenges that it brought, we were able to adapt to the new realities and the priority shift because our Gender Action Plan had been drafted in an agile and flexible approach, which we will probably keep for the next plan as a best practice, because inclusiveness, gender, and broader is a topic that requires adaptation to be 100% fit for purpose and impactful. In fact, I'd say especially if it's the first plan your organization is putting in place, this gives you a bit of space for trial and repurposing, which was very welcome for such a new topic in the standardization community. Another challenge was and is to ensure that all of the different initiatives around the topic feed and complement each other rather than duplicate the work. It's especially true for us, as the CEN and CENELEC members are also members respectively of ISO and IC, and the gender focal points are invited to work in all the gender-related initiatives. So that's why we designed our CEN and CENELEC coordination group to also act as a sort of liaison with the activities happening at national and international levels, such as ISO, IEC, UNECE, so that we can join our efforts towards our common goals. Another challenge was in fact the very first step, the drafting of the plan, where to start. And I think that's where the UNECE working group and the CEN CENELEC coordination group were super useful to share best practices and provide peer-to-peer guidance. Our members and us progressed hand in hand, inspire each other, and that was a real added value. This year marks the end of the current CEN and CENELEC Gender Action Plan, and we are working on designing a proposal for the next phase in the framework of our Strategy 2030. Now we have many examples from the global community to be inspired from and progress to build upon. We will continue our efforts in further promoting the importance of gender responsiveness and inclusiveness as a whole, in our system, our processes, and our deliverables. And we very much look forward to continuing our close collaboration with all relevant partners, such as UNECE.